friends, hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Welcome back to yet another video of the Football Mania to bring you all the latest news and insights from the football world. Just recently, in an exclusive interview with the head coach of the Indian national team, Igor Stimac, it has been an astounding interview. It has been an interview which is a real eye opener for us as Indian football fans, where Igor Stimac has openly criticized the hero Indian Super League. Yes, my friends, ISL being the top tier league with such a commercial objective, with such a high viewership and high engagement of the football community, is being criticized by the head coach of the Blue Tigers. And why is that? Because he feels that the ISL is comfort football. All the Indian players who are playing at the ISL clubs have a sense of comfort where they're getting the luxury of going to hotels, they are going to different places, they are getting the salary that they want, and they get time to make the next big decision in their career. And as far as Igor Stimac is concerned, he has seen Indian football for hardly 2 or 2.5 years. And you know, it was a real big surprising statement when he revealed that when he came to India for the first time, he was quite optimistic that he would choose players from a massive population of 1.3 billion people. However, all his perceptions and assumptions were put to bed when he had hardly 50 Indian players to choose from. And more often than not, those players among those are either goalkeepers, defenders, or defensive midfielders. He never had the option of choosing players who are well versed with different abilities and play different positions. And this is the main issue what India is currently lacking. Even in the ISL clubs, if you have a close look, majority of the Indian players are occupying positions like defender, right back, or defensive midfielder. All the key positions which actually make an influence on the game, such as the striker and the winger, are occupied by foreign players. And that unfortunately does not give the game time to the young Indian players who have made the potential count and made it to that level. And because of lack of game time, the head coach feels that these players are not being assessed properly, and that is where once again I would like to criticize the scouting system as well. When you know that the ISL is not producing those many players, especially in those key positions, you need to explore your horizon. You need to expand it to the I League first division and the second division, because they also have players. More often than not, they have Indian players who have made it to that level and occupy such different positions. And if you talk about the ISL, yes, there is the glamour and the viewership. There is fantastic stadiums, fantastic pitches to play in. But when you talk about the talent which is available for the national team, it is quite limited. And once again, there has to be a heavy scrutiny and heavy assessment of how the scouting process in Indian football works. And Igor Stimac has been criticized of late, definitely because of the results which the national team is getting. They had a very disaster class performance in their 2-0 defeat to Jordan in the latest international friendly. And what do you expect from this national team? He hardly had 50 players to choose from, and whatever is coming out of the ISL is at his disposal. So he is quite helpless and he is not actually taking up that challenge. Yes, in the interview, he did mention that he will do whatever it takes to expand the horizon, include more players, and give more game time to young players. But if that happens, that will actually process a feeder line, a chain which will be continuing and have sustainability. And once again, where is Indian football lacking? This is the time where we have to be really honest about ourselves and what, as football fans, we expect from India. Is it better facilities for players? Is it better scouting system? Or do you have to, feel sorry for AIFF that they are at the mercy of FSDL and they're not able to do what it takes to reach the next level? That is why I feel that Igor Stimac has not assessed his options well. He is relying on the Indian Arrows and the under 17 teams to give that talent who can make through to the national team. And this is his only way out, where he can get talented players, players who might in future succeed Sunil Chetri and be the next icon for Indian football. That is where I feel that the real problem lies. There is a dearth of options, and when you have that kind of a challenge, it is very, very time consuming to overcome it. And Igor Stimac, I'm sure with his technical team, would have had a clear vision. Yes, he's an experienced coach. The results are not going India's way, but what he can do is something off the pitch. He can go and look at players in the different leagues in the I League as well as the second division, exploit the talent, give them some trials, ensure that they are part of the setup, because that is where you have a bigger pool of players and you have players who have been there for some reason because they are good enough to be at that level. It is as simple as that. And what is the harm in trying them out for the national team when you know that you are having shortage of players in key positions? This is my only concern, and I really hope and pray that once the AIFF has got its scouting structure in place, Igor Stimac himself goes and sees these players. He is the one who has to make the key decisions for the national team because he is the head coach. He has to face the media, he has to face the brunt of criticism because the expectations are really high, especially after Stephen Constantine left the reins. It was going to be a big step up. We all expected as fans that Igor Stimac will produce good results. However, there has been a real lack of confidence in this team, and now he's looking for options to strengthen the entire squad. So guys, it is a really big news that Igor Stimac has criticized the ISL. ISL is not giving that kind of game time, and Indian players are feeling that they are luxurious and playing comfort football, which is honestly true. And if that was not the case, ISL would have never been the top tier league because there was no inflow of money. So this is something which Indian football has to be looked at, where we as fans need to understand that it will take time. It is a long-term process. There cannot be short-term solutions. Everything has to be done with extra caution and ensure that you have the resources to overcome any challenges. So once again, I feel that Igor Stimac still needs to do a lot of homework. He needs to assess his options and ensure that he's taking Indian football forward, especially now that India is playing the qualifiers. He has his task cut out. So it will be a very interesting period for where Igor Stimac has to take actions and decisions off the pitch and not only on the pitch. So guys, please let me know what are your thoughts about Igor Stimac's comments. Do you feel that he is taking the right call by criticizing the ISL, where you can see that there is a clear dearth of game time and the Indian players are not utilizing their entire potential? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and if you like this video, please do not forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends and network. And Football Mania is always going to come up with some exciting content, and until next time, stay safe and take care.